And now, a hometown tour of New Vienna.
Our trip to New Vienna begins by looking way back. The Heritage House Museum showcases how New Vienna came to be, and I had a chance to sit and visit with Marion Klosterman, who's the president of the New Vienna Historical Society.
The museum, a Heritage House Museum, opened in 1991. It's run completely by volunteers. The museum has 23 rooms, and each room has a different theme, so it would be of interest to any age group.
And the history is not just interesting to native Iowans, but in fact folks from all across the United States have stopped by and spent many an hour wandering through the museum.
That's correct. They come from all over. They see it on our website. I've had people from New York City. I've had people from California that come through, and they're very interested. Can't believe that a small town like New Vienna can have a wonderful museum like this. So,
through its 23 different themed rooms, the museum tells the story of how New Vienna came to be. From immigrants from across the ocean made their way to Iowa, eventually.
Well, the first settlers came from Germany, mostly from Germany, and they first settled in Ohio, and they lived there for 10 years, and they didn't have enough land there to make room for more immigrants coming from Europe, so they went to look for better area. So they first came to where Iowa City is now. That wasn't suitable, so then they came north, and they found this area, which had good timbers, good land to grow their crops, and also the North Fork of the Maquoketa River, which they could use for grist mills and woolen mills and to grind their feed.
Mm-hmm. Not only can you wander the rooms and see some of the artifacts, but on the first floor of the museum is a hand-painted mural that depicts how the town used to look throughout its history and timeline.
We have a beautiful mural that was hand-painted by local ladies, and it explains a lot of the area. And the first settlers, when they came to this area, some of them lived in a cave because it was late fall, and they didn't have time to build houses or log cabins.
The museum structure itself has a long, rich history, including being used as a convent and a schoolhouse before being used as a rectory when the first St. Boniface was built.
First was a rectory for our priest that was from St. Boniface Parish, and then when our present rectory was built, the museum or the building became the convent for our teachers, for our San Franciscan sisters from La Crosse that taught in our school. And then the children from the country would also board here during the winter because they didn't have the transportation that we have now. So they lived here with the sisters that taught here.
So if you're eager to learn more about New Vienna and the surrounding area, mark your calendar for when the weather gets warmer.
We open May 1st, and we're open through September, Saturday and Sundays from 1 to 4, and there's admission price of $5. The last couple of years were bad because of the COVID. We couldn't be open, and we couldn't have people come.
A large museum in a tiny town that's definitely worth a chunk of your time, and you can read more about it as well.
Well, we do have a book that we have for sale. It's called Roots and Wings, and it's a lot of stories about the area, family stories, how they grew up, and what it was like growing up over the years. And it's very interesting. They're on sale right now, $25 a piece, or 2 for $40.
So you're invited to make a stop in New Vienna this summer. Check out the history of the town right across from the beautiful St. Boniface Church and share in some of their hometown pride and hometown history.
Well, I think we're real proud of our museum and how it's put together, and how do we try to preserve our heritage and our history from the past. And I think everyone should be interested in our history.
With Marion Klosterman of the Heritage House Museum in New Vienna, I'm Justin Roberts, Mix 94.7 KMCH.